Hi everyone, I'm Mickey Adams in College Station and this is the news. You guys know how many outtakes I had on this particular video. I'd never make it in television. Thank God my camera doesn't have a red light on it. In all seriousness, thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. This is installment number 3, BEC, which by the way stands for Basic E9 Cover Phrases. So if you're searching through my channel for something, that's kind of a giveaway as to what the content of the video is. BEC is cover phrases, BEX are tuning videos, BE9 are just basic E9 ideas. So I may have some more abbreviations in the future as I expand my knowledge base, but at this point that's all we got. So this is part 3 for Cry. For those of you who don't have a copy of the tab, please, by all means, go visit www.buckreid.com. The tab is available for, we're currently working on Cry, Kelsey's song. I just got started with Alabama Jubilee and Eastern Swing for the C6. We appreciate your support very much. And let's get into installment number 3 for Cry. We're going to begin at position number 10. We're working in D major with a pedal bend, a 5/6, a flat 5. And back up to the root before we suspend it. Here's measure number 35. Let's get this move first. This is string number 5. I'm going to begin with my thumb. I'm going to strike and immediately depress and release pedal A. Slide back to 9. And with it still ringing, this is only one strike of the string. I'm going to wind up here with the B pedal on string number 3. Now measure 37. Again. Now beginning at measure number 38, I am going to have to do a cross with my leg. And what I mean by that is my foot's going to go one way, my lever is going to go the other. This may not be true on your particular guitar. I am going to raise string 5 and 10 with my A pedal, and I'm going to lower strings 4 and 8 with my D lever. Now this is a good point for you to add some tension into the phrasing. Now what I mean by that is a total lack of tension would be this. Playing directly on the beat as opposed to getting away from the beat. Now this is measures 38 and 39. Measure number 39, we're going to leave everything ringing. We're going to release the D lever and bring in the B pedal at position 9, giving us an F sharp major triad. Let's start over from the top, measure 35. If you'll let me turn my page here, we're going to pick up at measure number 40. We're halfway through 40 here. As you see, the A pedal engaged, notes at 9 ringing, and the B pedal coming in. Now this next phrase, we're going to play 2 notes out of the F sharp, then we're going to suspend it and resolve it. We're going to use a dominant 7 on the top, and then we're going to move into the A pedal at position 10, effectively moving us from F sharp major to the B minor, or the 6th chord. Beginning halfway through measure number 40, we're going to strike at at fret 9, strings 3 and 4. Now as we reach down for the next group of strings, we can pick block this. Strike 3 and 5, raise the B pedal, and come back to the A and B together into measure number 41. This is the G lever denoted in the tab. It raises string number 1 a half step. For those of you who do not have a half step pull on 1 but do have a whole step, you have two options that I see at this juncture, and that is we can either try and find a half stop, which I happen to have on my guitar. We can approximate it, or let's see, we can pull with our ring finger and our middle finger behind the bar. To pull string 1 from a half step, we're basically going to have to pull it down farther than the second string sits open, but we don't have to worry about anything ringing because 1, the bar is here, and 2, we're dampening with other fingers. So now from here we're going to move into measure number 42 with a pretty wide stretch with strings 1, 5, and 6. We're going to strike 1, 5, and 6 and then 4. Now with this still ringing, we're going to strike 5, then 8. This gets us into measure 43 where we've lowered the already raised string 5 back down a half step. Now if we have splits, which I do, that's rather easy. If not, we can just use a half the A pedal. Still get the same effect. Now to the back half of measure 43. Strings 2 and 4, and then another wide stretch, 1, 5, and 6. And then we're going to dampen. Now let's back up to the beginning of measure 40. We'll pick up halfway through 40 and play it slowly. From here we're into measure number 45, where we're going to move from our 10th position D into our 5th position D with the A and B pedals, and then we're going to wind up at a B major, a dominant 7th actually, at this same position by raising strings 1 and 2 and lowering 5. So let's look at the D major chord with the A and B pedals. This is raising 1 a whole step, raising 2 a half step, and lowering 5. This gives us a dominant 7th voicing for B7, which is our next chord. We're going to move into this D at measure number 45, actually B minor, which is the relative 6. But we're going to bend up to the 5th in B minor. Now, although there are no ties through measure 45 and 46, we can effectively arrive at the notes in 46 already ringing. 5, A pedal, 4, 1, okay. Here's our next move. This is open strings, 1 and 4. Strike string number 2 and raise it. We're going to release it, lower it, release it, and raise it again. And if you get string number 1 ringing like you just heard when I phrased it. It's still in the same key, so that actually works too. So we wound up here. Now we're going back to the vertical lever, if this is the case, for string number 5 lowered, which showed in the tab as an H lever. The J lever, unlike the G lever, which only raises 1 a half step, on Buck's Copedent raises string number 1 a whole step, which I'm sure a lot of you have. So basically we're in this B dominant 7 with strings 1, 4, and 5. And what we're doing is activating and deactivating the J lever to get these bends. Dampen, that brings us up to measure number 50. Another great place to interject some tension by staying slightly ahead or behind the B. Another wide interval, 1, 5, and 6. We're going to strike those notes, then we're going to strike 4. Used to doing here is not striking the next group of notes. I'm going to, from the strings that are already ringing, I'm going to slide all the way up to fret number 11. This is a beautiful change. Let me change my tablature real quick. So we're basically beginning at measure number 50, and we're going to move into all the way through the back end of measure number 53. Let's look at what we're actually playing here at measure number 53. It is a G minor with a C in the bass, basically is what it's tagged as in the tab. But we're going to move from this G minor with the A pedal at 6, 5, 6, and 8, into this voicing for a D9. This is the A, B, and D levers. So raising 5 and 6, lowering 8. Now we're going to glissando with D. Measure number 54 is strings 5 and 8 with the A pedal. Sliding up to these notes open at 10. 4, 1, 3. Back into the B7. This gets us through measure number 56. Now at measure number 57, we have an extremely wide interval. We have string 2 lowered a whole step, and we have the A pedal on string 10. This gives us an octave, unison on strings 1 and 5, 2 and 5, but 2 octaves below on string number 10 as well. And the phrase sounds like this. Here we're going to move to an A major. It's actually a 13, but it's a 7th tone, 6th tone. Now to get this effect, I'm just using a half pedal. Now at measure number 62, we have string 9 lowered, and string 6 is activated by the B pedal. So we have 2 notes in a D major chord. We have a major 3rd on the bottom, and we have a root on string 6. So We're going to strike these two, then string number 8, string 6 again. We're going to release, suspending this D. Okay? That's going to do it for this lesson. Let's go over the entire thing slowly. Oops. You kind of get the idea. That was pretty sloppy even for me, but I'm used to playing this at the tempo. I did it again. That's a little better. Hey, look, I'm human. I make mistakes too, but I'm not going to re-record this entire video for those few mistakes. I'm sure you understand. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I'm Mickey Adams in College Station, and I'll see you right back here with your pedal steel. Guaranteed. So long.